What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. As you've seen in the thumbnail, today is day one / deconstruction day of our 1981 Pontiac Trans-Am. We are going to get this thing plumb tore down all the way to just the body. We're going to get the front clip off, the hood off, the doors off, the deck lid off, any trim. Every little single piece of this car that we can is going to be torn off. And as you can see behind me, my tables are out. So you know what that means. We're going to get everything packed up here, inventory to see what we need, and we're going to go from there. Full disclosure, my debit card completely got melted yesterday because I bought everything for this car. All right, cool. So here's what I've got coming. I ordered a new nose and 2 new fenders. I ordered 2 new doors. I ordered a new deck lid. I ordered new quarter panels, left and right side. I ordered a complete floor pan. I ordered a new dash, a new console, new carpet. Essentially what I'm saying is everything that's inside this car is now on its way, brand spanking new. We bought every body panel known to man that I thought we were going to need, with the exception to the T-bar section and the rockers. The rest of it's on its way. So we've got to get all this old crap off here, see what we've got, see what we don't have. And I'm sure there's going to be some trinkets we're going to have to order, right? Like lights, you know, the little Pontiac badge, a license plate holder, you know, little jazz like that, but we can get that later. I'm excited to get this tore down. So y'all sit back, kick back in your chair, get you something to drink, a bowl of popcorn, and we're going to have at it. This is Busted Radio Garage. All right, cool. Let's get to work. Now, I'm not much of a GM guy, if I'm being 100% honest with you, but to hear some of my Mopar buddies, if you just hit any General Motors product like really hard in one spot, the whole car will fall apart. So, I mean, if you guys could leave in the comments below, like, you know, did they just fall apart like you hear? I mean, they're probably not like a Mopar, right? Where you can run into a wall like 85 times and they hold together. Not really sure. So anyway, if they're like a Mopar, a 9/16, a 5/8, and a 1/2 inch socket, you can pretty much take the whole car apart and put it back together. So I'm hoping a Chevy product or a GM product will, you know, be the same. So anyway, let's get this hood off, get it out of here. We'll take it up there and lean it with the other collection of hoods. And if that was a spider, good night, I'll live in it. And then we'll get this doghouse off. So, go team, let's get to work. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and get some liquid muscle on some of these bolts real quick, so we don't break nothing off, because some of this stuff we are going to hold on to. I mean, I wish I could just give this car a bath in this stuff right now. So we got the hood sitting over here for now with our Doing It for Greta hood off Homer. Now let's get over here and get these hood hinges off. And then we're going to start working this doghouse off and get it off here to see what we've got under there. And work our way back to them doors. Now where did that hood bolt go? I know I dropped it down in here somewhere. Alrighty then. Alright guys, we made pretty decent progress so far. We've got the hood off, hood hinges off. We got all the bolts off from around the top of the fender aprons. So now what we'll do is we'll get underneath, disconnect everything from the inner fender wells on both sides. We'll disconnect, if it's anything like a Chrysler, we're going to have a couple bolts back here at the bottom of this fender. Disconnect any bracing for the nose, which is generally up here on most cars. And then we should be able to get this doghouse off, start getting rid of the rest of this other crap rather. And then we'll work our way back to the doors, so on and so forth. Get over here. Where are you going? get these tires off here. Got this big old fat belly, makes it hard to get up under this. Always put back stuff that you think you're gonna lose. And you know, if you're ever gonna lose something, I'm that guy. Truly thinking about going with TBM brakes back on this. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Uses every little thing in the world back in here. And I'm sure as you Trans Am builders or in your shops or home, like, you're supposed to do it this way. Well, I'm not. I'm an idiot. I mean, is it your first time here? Get my hand back.
Sometimes life can be over. Text now. You start on your feet.
Want a spring?
Snake might come rolling out of there.
Alright. I ain't gonna lie to you, we've got every bolt out of this. I mean, as you can see, there's age in these fenders is what I'm saying. But we've got all the bolts out and haven't snapped anything off, so now that I've said that, the next four are going to snap off and break. But anybody know what that is? I mean, I'm sure I can figure it out. Got some wasp nests and a spring. We've got one left up here. And I think I've already goosed it in here, but we'll shoot some extra down in there. Liquid muscle, people. Can't live without it. And generally, when you're just squirting, you aim and it lands where it lands, right? So let's see what happens. I generally break these loose by hand and then go back and use the impact on them so I don't snap something off. One thing I've learned about GM though is they use like 65 different kinds of bolts. I think it's just like whatever they have laying on their tool cart because it's unreal. So all these other ones are, you know, your standard 6-point, and then I got a random 10-point in here. So it's like, come on. All right, guys, got all the bolts out, believe it or not, on the top and bottom, got the nose disconnected. And out of 729,802 bolts, I got 2 that are giving me fit right next to each other. I've tried everything I could, so we're gonna cut them out. You ever just have one of them days where it's one of them days? Well, brand new, didn't even get a cut in on it. Harbor Freight Sawzall blades. That's probably why whoever done this cut this. Only thing about doing that is you put your fingers at such a risk to. I just can't bring myself to cutting the nose. I have a feeling that's why this big cut was made right here. I guess I could finish it. I mean, it's not like the Fender's any sort of shit now. So there's one fender. Got some weight reduction in it. I don't think I could have made a bigger mess. That's antifreeze. 50-50. Yep. Okay. Now we can kind of see what's going on in here. these I want to save. But we are putting lights and everything back in here. We're not even, well, I guess the nose is already apart, so. Okay, now. I don't want to mess with the core support. I just want to get this nose off. Ow, it's warm! All the electrical's still good. This side's unhooked. So I can pull this side out. I mean, it's there. I just got to get these bolts out of the way. Now, Leah, will you do me a favor and grab some rags off out over there and help soak up this in, please? Okay, so if it's anything like Mopar, there's going to be bolts on the back side of this that comes off of the actual steel bumper. All right, that's one of them. Hold on.
Finally.
Woo! All right, you can go for get hurt. Thank you. Now, in theory, if I've done this somewhat correctly, this should just lift up and pull off. But it's probably going to be heavier than the dig. I don't know what they are compared to a Mopar, but let's find out. Here's one side. Here's the other. All righty then. Good night. I don't want to bend any of these brackets because every dollar I can save on brackets, I can put towards something else. So, there we go, guys. So now what we're going to do real quick is I'll leave the core support for now. But I'm going to go ahead and jerk these doors off real quick and get them set aside. And that's probably going to call it for today. Because to be honest, we got to clean up what mess I've got going on. So, real quick, let's get these doors off. And then we'll kind of just see what happens. So, alright guys, we're going to go ahead and try to get these doors off real quick. The way I generally do it is I lay like the back end on that little cart. You see me do it a million times in here with a couple rags. I'll get 4 of the 6 bolts out or half the bolts, whatever that's normally in whatever car. And then I will do all the tops. The very last bolt will be a bottom. And I'll just hold up onto it and I'll lay it right on that stool right there. And then we're good to go. So let's get this door off. Now the sketch part about this one is the window. All of the hardware that was in there to hold this in place is now gone. So we're going to do what we can to keep from breaking that piece of glass. But we will get it gingerly moved over here or somewhere out of the way. And then we'll go get the other door. Alright. Now like I said, I'm going to leave the top bolt in. And we'll take that one out last and just ease this thing down. Alright, so the top hinge is undone. Alright, Kathy's going to hold on to that glass, try to do the best from anybody getting cut. Now I'm going to do what I can to keep from getting my fingers cut off. There we go. So there, just, real easy down on a solid surface so nobody gets hurt. Now this door does have power window or power windows, locks and all that jazz. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut that for now until we figure if we're going back with crank windows and just regular manual locks. I think that's what we're going to do. We don't care for the power windows. So when we order our new doors, we'll go from there. So let me cut these wires, we'll get this door out of the way, and we'll go take the other one off real quick. All right, cool guys, we're gonna repeat the same process for the other side. Get this other door off. All right, cool guys, we got this all undone. We're gonna go ahead and move this one over there with the other door. Try to preserve as much of the glass as we can, and maybe the mirrors, because the doors we're not reusing. So, all right, let's get it moved. Oh, hold on. I didn't cut the wires. All right. Now we're free to go. Cool, we're down like 2 flat tires, good deal. All right, let me show you what we've got done so far today, tell you what we're gonna do next, and we'll go from there. All right, cool. So we got the doghouse off, we got the nose off, we got both of the doors off. So on the next episode, what we'll do is we will go ahead and get this deck lid off, get all the glass out of it, go ahead and start gutting the rest of the interior, the dash, steering wheel, shifter, you know, what remaining plastics it has, seat belts, so on and so forth. We will get everything else removed from out underneath the engine bay, with the exception to probably the cradle. We'll leave it here and clean it up where it's at. We'll obviously have to get this up on skates, get it out, get it pressure washed, what have you. We'll get the core support out to get all this gone. Essentially just get it back down to a bare body again. I mean, we're, you know, amassing quite a collection of parts here. A lot of this, to be honest with you, we will source out to somebody else that may need it or scrap it. We'll keep a couple cool pieces for the wall like we kind of do with anything else, but for the most part, it's gone. So yeah, we're making quite the progress on it. The parts should start be rolling in here this week. And once we get this all cleaned up, get everything off we know we're not gonna need, we'll start wire wheeling everything, get it cleaned up, get paint stripper on here, strip off all the factory paint inside and outside the car, and then go from there. Now, we're no experts as far as Trans Ams or GM product goes. This is our first GM teardown and build back. Obviously, we've done a boatload of Mopars, but you know, the process is the same, I'm sure. So, and then we got to do a lot of cutting. I mean, we got to cut that trunk pan out. We got to get the floor pans out. Yeah, we got quite a bit to do, but we don't care. We are excited for this. This is going to be awesome. So in the meantime, for me, I've got a heck of a mess to clean up. I got to sweep, get my tools put back away. Work week starts back tomorrow, but it's not going to stop the daily content. I'm going to keep doing my shift and then coming in here and filming, but that's not going to stop us. So that's going to be the end of this episode. I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.